Hello everyone, this is Ryan here with another deck review for Hocus Pocus. Today we're going to be taking a look at the newly released Red Wheel deck designed by DKNG in partnership with Art of Play. DKNG is a design studio based out of LA and is headed up by Dan Colkin and Nathan Goldman. The two joined forces in 2005 to put their diverse skill set to use, helping brands develop their image and gain brand recognition. The deck's design is based off classic rider backs, and similarities can be seen in the pattern border, the dual circle center image, and the stylized corners. Art of Play distributed the deck, and there's some design elements that are consistent with their other releases throughout. So let's start off with a look at the box art. The red matte finish box is coupled with embossing and white foil stamping. I would have guessed that the white was a high gloss ink, but the ad copy from Art of Play states it's foil stamped. The box front design reminds me of the Tally-Ho box layout with thick contrasting white print, dotted borders, and square corner details. Playing cards is left red in the center along with US regulation and by DKNG above and below. A red wheel with 52 poker size printed around the rim sits at the top, and a red wheel with trusted since 1984 sits below. A skull at the top and one at the bottom finishes out the interior design. The first border that surrounds the print and center design is made up of the four suits: spades, diamonds, hearts, and clubs, in a linear pattern with the corners marked by the suits in negative. The outermost border is a square dotted pattern in a thick white frame. The back of the box is identical to the card back design and features some of the borders from the front, as well as the skulls and the wheels that were only half present. The design also incorporates two bicycles sharing the wheels in the center. One side of the box has diamonds and heart pips and reads the basic "Made in the USA" and air cushion finish. The other side includes the spades and club pips and is printed with some sound advice for the gambler: know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. The bottom of the box contains some fine print and address information. The top of the box states the card size and the birth year of Dan and Dave inside a square dotted frame. The tuck flap lists a bit more legal information and the starting words of the famous poker tournaments, Shuffle Up and Deal. The two side tabs feature a white skull with the letters DK for the eyes on one and the letters NG for the other. The lid is held shut with a gold deck seal featuring a skull with the design team's initials. The interior is left matte red, and evidence of the embossing can be seen. The back design is printed in red over the white cardstock. The borders are done in layers, starting with a traditional white border followed by a solid red border, and inside of that is a white square dot border. The innermost border is made up of the four suits with their pips in negative at the four corners. The skull sits at top and at the bottom of the center image. Two bicycles flank the center and share their two wheels. There are two elements on the back that are not mirrored: the suited border and the position of the pedals and cranks on the bicycle image. The deck includes 56 cards, which is made up of 52 standard cards, 2 jokers, an ad card, and a wild replacement card. The jokers feature the same skull from the deck seal, but without the initials. The four suits are present on the design with the diamond pips in place of the eyes and the nose being represented by the heart. DKNG is printed below the image along with Made in the USA. One joker is rich gold with light gold lettering in the pipped corners, while the other is light gold with rich gold lettering. The wild replacement card contains all the values followed by all four suits. Instructions tell you to circle a rank and a suit to replace any lost card. The ad card matches the box front layout with a few changes. DKNG Studios replaces playing cards, and their list of services and websites replace the other print information from the box front. The reverse side of the ad card matches the layout, but in the place of DKNG info, Art of Play info is listed. Looking at the other 52 cards, you notice a distinct style in them. Rounded corners and bulky segments make up the design, and the quartz are highly stylized. A deep navy blue replaces the normal black cards. The red tone used is both rich and bright, and the gold and light gold make up the rest of the color palette, as well as the white stock that can be seen in the negative spaces. The pips are split down the center with opposing colors on either side. The index suits are highlighted with a gold dot above and below the pip. The ace of spades has the ace pip with a single bicycle inside. The pip is split and opposing colors complement each other. DKNG Studios and Made in the USA are also printed on the ace of spades. The other three aces feature a large decorated pip with the image being split down the center with lighter tones on one half. The court cards are entirely custom but contain elements of the traditional courts like the symmetry, weaponry, and the way their hair is represented. All 5 colors are present in each court, and the crowns contain their respective pips in the design. The court's clothing is made up of geometric shapes and patterns. The spade courts look to the right, the diamonds to the left, and the clubs and hearts look ahead with both eyes visible. The number cards are custom in layout, and the pips are either gold and red or gold and navy, again split down the center. The font in the corners is reminiscent of custom Dan and Dave decks, and the index pips have a gold dot above and below them. The pips fill out the space well and provide a balance that allows the 2s to not look empty and the 10s to not look too crowded. The cards are of course printed by USPCC, and like most Dan and Dave decks, the actual stock and finish is not listed. I'm assuming the classical bicycle stock was used. The cards feel light and flexible and handle well in my opinion. They measure out to 0.28 millimeters thick and weigh 1.63 grams each. The finish allows for easy gliding action, and fans are done with little effort. This deck, although custom in design and layout, suits most uses well. The cardist will appreciate the typical Dan and Dave quality in handling and edge durability. The design and colors are bold and visually appealing in displays. The level of customizing is not too far off from traditional and should be able to be passed off in magic effects. The suit and value are easy to read in fans and when only part of the card is shown. The one-way back may come in handy as well. Collectors will value the Dan and Dave name, and since it's not a limited production, allow easy access to buying and filling out that Dan and Dave part of your collection. The box displays well, and the red draws your eyes from less colorful decks to itself. For a friendly poker game or card night, this deck fits in well. It's easy to read, the pip placement allows corner peeks, and the back design is familiar enough to tally-ho and rider back user. So I personally like this deck for the design and the colors chosen. Art of Play with DKNG really pulled a great deck out of thin air. The fact that they continue to look outside the Magic community for designers really helps to bring in fresh ideas and new looks. I like this deck for personal use and really hope that they release a blue version sometime soon. So if you think these cards are right for you, head over to hocus-pocus.com, check out their card deck section, or you could find 484 other decks to pick from as well. So have fun shopping, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.